Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maureen and Angelina and Jenny. How is everybody? So, I hope you had that amazing day yesterday. So, welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection Daily Inventory and chance to check in with the universe. Chance to just repeat positive things so that we will have triggers that remind us to take a breath. So this weekend I will be doing Valentine's Day at a wonderful little shop called The Muse in Frederick. And I have another event coming up with them in April. So looking forward to that. But I was just sitting here listening to the cards, like to the sounds of the ocean, which reminded me that, hey, taking a breath in the morning, just stop, was not necessarily a bad thing. So, got my coffee already. So I'm just kind of ready. So, listening to the cards. It's always interesting deciding which deck and going with that intuition. But putting my feet flat on the floor, it's like, oh yeah, we can relax, can't we? Have our butts doing the kitty dance. Where's our shoulders at? Oh man. And the neck. And there is that magical light switch. Good morning, Jenna, and good morning, Christina. So, those good habits. It's amazing. I just have certain questions I love asking people, and you guys have heard this before. But when I'm doing live readings, I just love asking people, where is your mountain? And they look at me like I'm a nut. And I ask them, where's your mountain? Sometimes they'll say Sugarloaf, which is right up the road here. As I explain that the mountain is just where we can go for self-reflection. It's that place that if we do it enough times, it becomes a light switch that says, I am now going to go in this room or this special desk or even these special batch of pillows sitting on the floor. And when I do that, I've done it so many times that my body just goes into a different phase. So, let's see. Do we need to register for the cup events? No. You can if you would like. It's just a donation when you show up, but no need to register, and that's going to be an exciting one here at the end of February. I have it listed on the website, MyTarot.org. What's it, like the 21st, I think? But you don't have to register. There should be plenty of room. It's a fairly large room there where I will be demystifying the minors. I'm really looking forward to that because I love doing classes. So, where was I? Got the shoulders relaxed and all and everything. Now it's as if we want to check in with the universe. See if we have any angers or resentments. See if there's any tips or tricks or anything. As we recognize, as I like to say, the universe holds up a mirror and asks us, what do we see? And we can use the tarot as that reflection as we check in. See what positives we can all find today to start it with. So I am going to do our 3 stacks. It's like each one's a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one conversation. This stack's a totally different path from the path that this one will lead us down. And today, let's take the top one, or what I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. And I'm going to start with our 3 in 1. And as I like to always say, just because it's true, because I really do love reading tarot. And it's always exciting to see what that first card's going to be. How we'll start off this reflection. So, flipping the first card, we have who Eliphas Levi said was the dancing man, or Prudence, because see how it looks like this person is dancing. They're standing there. They got one foot up in the air as they're doing that, but it's the Hanged Man. So if we look at the Hanged Man, but he's reversed, here we have the Hanged Man now. So the Hanged Man is acceptance and sacrifice, willing to see things in a different way. It's not like we're going anywhere soon, right? So it's a moment to find the patience to stop, to be willing to accept so we can let things go. It may feel like, we're missing out on things. It may feel like, we are doing that sacrifice, but sometimes it's important to do kind of like what we're doing now, taking that breath. But other times, we'd rather be just dancing in place and vibrating. So we have the Hanged Man reverse, which means that it's kind of like that impatience, that wanting to move forward, that wanting to do things. It's like no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to do everything we want, when we want, how we want. So this is kind of like the universe saying, well, you're just going to have to stop and take that breath. And then we have the World reversed. So, as I like to say, 78 cards, 22 majors. The first two right now are majors. The minor cards, the number cards, are the day-to-day cards. The majors we pay attention to. So we have two reverse cards. We have the Hanged Man, where we do have that kind of impatience, where we want the world to just, hurry up, just be done. And then we have the world itself, which is reversed. And, it's not that it's necessarily negative. It's just that things aren't going our way. It's not meeting our expectation. Things are changing, but it's not what we want. So this is kind of like hurry up and wait. It's, having to be patient when we want something different. So let's see what the next card is. It's the King of Swords. So this is kind of like a reading of, we're not going to stop until we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. We're not going to stop until we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. The things are not the way we might want it to be. We may want to vibrate at a problem, or we may want to let it affect our spirituality, affect our patience, affect how we're seeing things right now. Because remember, this is also about seeing things in a different way. But eventually, we're just going to have to realize that all these things here are just because we are being blinded by whatever's going on. And eventually, we're going to have to take the advice of the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is about accepting things for the way they are. Kings are the ones that make sure the kingdom's taken care of, make sure that the bills are paid, make sure we go to work even if we don't feel like it, make sure that the car gets its maintenance. The king is the adulting card. Swords. Both the swords and kings are the element of air. Air is thoughts, ideas, and sometimes our anxiety. The King of Swords Swords are about being clear-sighted. Again, seeing things for the way they are. It's not that the King of Swords is rigid, because it's not the Justice card, because his sword is not straight up, which is very serious. It's at an angle, which means that there's flexibility in thought. So there is flexibility in thought, but this spread is about just stopping, realizing that if we give time, things do change. But until we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, because we're letting this stuff hit us spiritually and in the heart, and yes, I mean, I'm not saying ignore the things around us or the people around us or the situation we might be in, but it's about realizing that we can't control people, places, and things. We can't control people, places, and things. So then when we look at it, when we can step back and be the King of Swords, we will see, as I said just the other day, we can plan that camping trip. Today, we as a kingdom are going to take all our subjects and people we love on a camping trip. You can plan a camping trip, but you can't plan the weather. And the King of Swords will recognize that. And instead of letting that cloud the king's vision, the king will say, these are the facts. It is raining right now. Instead, who wants to go to their favorite pizza place? Other people would be like kicking chairs over because I planned this for 2 months. And then the weather's changed. Why me? Oh, why me? And then everybody's miserable for the next 5 days. We're going camping anyway, and we're going to... the old saying, it's like, we're going to go camping anyway, and we're all going to like it. We've heard that before somewhere. So this is just a spread of acceptance. So let's take a look at the advice card. And it's the King of Pentacles. And it's reversed. So... And with kings, once again, we know that they're the ones that are the adulting card. But pentacles or coins are our home, our health, and our finance, and things that keep us grounded. Things that keep us grounded. These are the things that get affected the most when we feel like our world is upside down. When we feel like things just won't end. When it's like, what kind of a cycle am I in? Or as Mina would put it, she says, what kind of a timeline? She says we're in the bad timeline right now. It's like, no. It's like, as long as I'm with the people I care about, this is a positive timeline with bad things happening. So it's a positive world where bad things can happen. So the goal is to stay clear-sighted for the people around us, because that's what the king is, right? The king steps out of themselves to watch other people. There are cards that say, this is me, and I need to focus on me. But the king really is about not seeing things through emotion, not seeing things through feelings, but about seeing facts for the way they are, but realizing that our sword can't be sitting there rigid. And when we let all this stuff affect us, this is the king of home and hearth. And what do you think that's going to affect, with the people around us? So imagine this before I close it up. What would have happened if this card came right side up? We'd be talking about a willingness to accept things, which means that we are now on a path to finding that positive ending, which means that we become a little bit more wiser. This card says we're still going to become a little bit more wiser, but only after We get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because if we did this whole thing here with the King of Pentacles, we would be seeing things clearly. But we'd realize that it's about our home and our health and our finances, and we're doing all the things to make things as positive as possible. So the goal today is to turn around the Hangman, because doing that will take care of everything else. Today it's about finding the acceptance, finding the willingness to sacrifice and be the king in our own world. So with that, once again, I hope everybody has that amazing day, amazing evening. Taking that breath is the first step to turning the Hanged Man upside down. And again, if we can do that, then everything else will fall into place. Take care, and I will see everybody else tomorrow. Thanks again.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The stories we have found in the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light, readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears,